Hey guys, I'm Eric Jackson, Director of Horticulture here at Old Salem, and we're here in our greenhouse. As you can see, we don't have too much going on in here in the greenhouse right now. It's because we're planning on moving our greenhouse soon, so there's some uncertainty in the timing, and then also we're not starting as many plants for our containers for the street on Main Street since we're closed to visitors right now. So right here we have some cabbage and Swiss chard. So we started from seed here a month or so ago, and they're about ready to go out into the gardens. Here in Winston-Salem, we're in what they call Zone 7B, and that's based on the USDA hardiness zone map. And the map is based on 10-degree increment zones of the minimum winter temperature that we're going to get in this area, which is between 5 and 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It basically tells gardeners and growers which plants will thrive in our location and when. These cabbages are ready to go in the ground now because they're cold hardy, but some plants we want to wait until after the average last frost date, which used to be in this area April 15th, but from the research that I've been looking at, it looks like it's now April 1st. This change is due to climate crisis. Early on, when the Moravians first moved here to Wachovia, there was a mini ice age and it was a lot cooler. Now we have a challenge growing some of the plants, so they don't do as well because it's pretty hot, especially the spring plants. However, you need to be careful because spring can be very unpredictable. For a gardener to be successful, you want to have a good planting calendar for your area. The people of Salem may have used something like the Bloom's Almanac, which was an almanac published here in Salem at the time, and it's still published today. But we also use planting calendars from the internet that we get from the Extension Service, and also that were been developed by gardeners who have worked here over the last 40 years. In general, you want to plant cool season crops now in March and April, and then warm season crops in May, and then into June, and then June and July you plant hot season crops. And then there's a fall season where you can plant another round of cool season crops. And cool season crops that we're starting now are things like spinach, arugula, beets, radishes, cabbage, potatoes, leeks, onions. There's a whole lot of cool season crops. Another thing to be aware of in the fall when planting is the average first fall freeze, which here in Winston-Salem is around November 3rd. So when you're gardening, you want to think about all the individual plants in your garden and what their needs are, but you really have to think about the big picture as well, what the climate is in your area. And hopefully this video will give you a good idea about what to think about when you're starting a garden.